I'm Staley Weidman with the Catamaran Company in Fort Lauderdale. This is Marquis, a Sunreef 70 Power Cat. It's actually been extended in the back, and I'll show you that later, to 80 feet. It's a beautiful yacht in excellent condition and be a great power cat for anyone looking for a nice, comfortable, long-range cruising boat that's totally stylish. You may have seen this boat. It had an artist wrap on it during Art Basel in Miami. It really looked sensational, had great media coverage. Forward here on the Sunreef 70, you can see there's an extension here on the bows right at the waterline. That's a swath design. You see that on like big ships where they have a bulbous bow there below the water. What that does for this yacht is it does a couple things. One, it extends the waterline of the boat, which improves its efficiency under power and gives it a bit more top-end speed. This boat, wide open, will do around 20 knots boat speed, which is quite fast for a 70-foot plus power catamaran. And you can see it's a very fine entry here, so it breaks the water, keeps the boat really, really dry when underway, and it makes it for an extremely comfortable and efficient cruising boat. Up here forward we have two anchor windlasses, both with large CQRs. These have remotes that are operated from the helm up here. There's an enclosed steering station. It's really beautifully laid out. I'll show you what that looks like, but there's two remotes for the anchor windlass there with a chain counter, and they can be controlled from the helm. Very easy to operate. Below here we've got two lockers. These are both chain lockers. They're very nice and clean, organized anchor chain lockers. You got a washdown pump there, a remote for the windlass. Very clean and organized. And then up forward we've got hatches here that go into the bow cabin. This is quite a nice feature for your crew. This is a maneuvering winch. You've got two control buttons here. One lets the dock line out, the other one pulls it in. Very easy with a 70-foot plus boat like this, where you've got a lot of load, particularly on a windy day like this when you're docking. This is a great feature to have a maneuvering winch, and there's also one on the other bow and then some on the transom as well. Like all Sunreefs, they're known for their beautiful design. You can see the sweeping lines of this power cat and the way it captivates your eye with a sense of motion even when it's docked. Here you've got nice big solid handrails, very high for a boat like this. You got recessed frameless deck hatches. These all drain overboard. The cleats are all pop-up cleats. I'll show you some of those. Very generous fender brackets to hold the fenders when you're underway. But the lines of this boat are absolutely beautiful. You can walk up these steps right up to the top of the Flybridge. And I'll show you the domes up there at the top and the radar. So we'll go up here on the top of the Flybridge. We'll see the dome arrangement on the fly. So inside we have an enclosed helm, air conditioned, windshield wipers, great ventilation if you want to open it up in the back. Here on the top, there's a remote searchlight. You've got a track vision, satellite television dome, radar reflector, Raymarine radar display, a couple GPS antennas, dynamic positioning antenna here on the left, and another dome here on the other side. This is some real deck jewelry here. These recessed cleats are really quite beautiful. When they're in use, they pop up. They're a large, adequate, very strong cleat. And then when not in use, they close down or are totally recessed. Here on both sides of the boat, we have a set of wing stations. So you've got a full set of throttles here and the Volvo IPS joystick. So you can twist the boat, move it forward, sideways, reverse. Really, really nice feature. So you'll see this control on the other side where I'll show you, and also up on the Flybridge at the helm station. In the lower cockpit area, we've got a nice generous seating area, very comfortable. Here we have a wet bar with a sink, a nice fridge fully stocked with drinks for your guests. And then on this side, there's an ice maker. So you got fresh ice for your cocktails. On the ceiling of the salon, this is a really cool option that Sunreef offers in a number of their cats. In French, there's a word for it, it's called Starry Nights. And what you can see is there's fiber optics that are embedded into the ceiling that change color, and it gives you the impression of stars in the sky. It is absolutely spectacular. So we've got a couple options for lifting up a dinghy. One is a crane here. This is the standard on a Sunreef 70 Power Cat. These arms come out with this bracket that'll attach to a tender or water toys and can lift it up and put on the platform. This boat also has the addition of the hydraulic platform. Not many of the Sunreef 70s have this. This platform has a positive locking pin here that secures it in place when it's up. There's fittings here so you can put stanchions around the side of it. So this is an extension of your cockpit and deck area. You can see you've got nice lounge chairs and aft-facing seating to open this space up. And what fits here is a chock there and there that the dinghy fits on. This boat has a Williams jet drive dinghy, so this platform drops down into the water, submerges, the dinghy floats on, and then lifts it up. It's a really fabulous setup. Works great for getting the dinghy out, and for people that like to do water sports or diving, or you want to load sea bobs or your dive gear on, just simply put on the platform, hit the button, drop it down in the water, and you're out. Here the pins have come out, and now the lift will go down. So you can imagine you have your water toys here, you're getting ready to go out in a beautiful anchorage. How simple is this for loading on? You can simply step off here and it will go down into the water, where you can use this to lift up the dinghy or launch your water toys. Nothing easier than that. And at the push of a button with a wireless remote, it comes straight up. And you can imagine this with your dinghy on it. You're lifting your dinghy right up to the deck. Maybe you've got some chairs set out here. You're sitting with your feet in the water having cocktails at sunset. And then there's two pins here that'll lock this positively in position when it comes all the way up. You'll see the pins actuate now when they come out. Totally secure, done. So we have a hydraulic passerelle. This can be articulated to go onto a floating dock where it'd be very difficult to board from the boat, which is, probably 8 or 9 feet off the water. But if you're on a floating dock, this is a very easy way to disembark the boat. This end slides out, so you have quite a good range. And if you're stern to, like in the Med or a lot of places in the Caribbean like St. Bart's, you can also use this to step onto a dock and still have a good safe margin so the boat isn't going to get damaged being tied up too close to the dock. So on this particular Sunreef 70, the transom's extended. Normally on a Sunreef 70, the transoms end here. This one has an extension. This has been done on a few of the boats. We have an IPS drive here on both of the hulls. I've seen some people put jet skis here. Some people put fighting chairs here that are really into fishing. Or you just have a really nice lounge space to get on and off of the dinghy, to go swimming. There's a mount on both sides here to put a swim ladder that goes down into the water with handrails on it. Lots of versatility here. So on the starboard side of the boat, we also have another passerelle. This one rolls into the transom, is totally concealed. You may not even notice it. Gives the boat some more versatility depending on where it's docked. This whole system rolls down together and then conceals completely into the transom. Okay, like I showed you up on the bow, there's two quick maneuvering winches there. Buttons once again to let the line out or to pull it in. You've got a cleat here and fair leads for that to go out. And when this isn't in use, it conceals here in the back, so it's not obtrusive. So I've just shown you the exterior of the Sunreef 70. Our next episode will have the inside and give you a very detailed tour of the interior of this 6-cabin, 70-foot Sunreef Power Cat.